What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video we got our best class guide for the Wayfarer. First thing let's go over is our info for our talents and our skills. So if you go to your recommended, this is pretty much the most basic build that you should do as a new player. The gust arrow, just go ahead and you can just copy this. This is the one that's going to give you the most damage output. You can try and switch out some of these for, you know, some of the other skills, but really I tried that, and the recommended is honestly the best bet for new players early on, just to get the most damage until you do get your first class change. Once we go ahead and we get our first class change, then our skills will kind of change a bit, and we'll do another video on that. We head on over to our talents. We can see we have the gust arrow as our main one, and for building this out, the pattern that you want to follow is going to be this. At the top, you're going to make your way to the left. Now, what we're trying to prioritize is things that are going to increase our damage output. Increasing your damage actually scales better and helps you more than just increasing your attack or something like that. So if you take a look at these first two ones, we've got Nature's Blessing, which when casting flow state for the first time, we can see it's going to increase our nature damage. We're going to be doing a lot of nature damage and physical damage, so this one's going to help out a lot compared to the gust arrow. From there, we're going to then head to the left side again for the strong wind arrow, where after the start of the battle, we're going to increase our skill damage. So again, you see we're increasing our damage output. And then for the last one, we're going to take enhanced swift arrow. For class change, you're going to see this little icon pop up. You do need to reach a certain level, and then once you reach that certain level, you actually have to go ahead and do the hero chronicle in the bottom right corner before you're even able to go ahead and do your class change to a ranger. So if we head on over to the hero chronicle, we just have these kind of steps that we have to follow through. Make sure you're going ahead and doing these. These are time gated, so you can't do these like instantly. There's a couple different ones that are going to be the best for the Wayfarer. The first one is going to be the Demon Hound. Now this, I think, is by far the best out of the three. So this is the one that you should be trying to prioritize first in the pet gacha system. So when you can go ahead, if we head on over to our camp, and we go to the right up right now, you can go ahead and choose whatever Mellowmon you want as your wish list. So choose the Demon Hound first. Then after you get the Demon Hound, I would suggest the Ice Valley Colt. I already got the Demon Hound. I need this one. So this is what I'm trying to get next. You really need this Mellowmon, especially if you're free to play. The Ice Valley Colt's going to increase our crit damage and crit rate, which is really good. But the Demon Hound is still a bit better for that crit hit determination. Then after that one, the third Mellowmon that we're going to want for our class is going to be Thunder. It's going to increase all our damage by a percentage, and the effect increases by 4% for each awakening in a single battle. This is your third option. So 1, 2, and 3. Now if we head back over to these guys, from here, for the skills right here, the special skills, you're pretty much just going to choose each one from those Mellowmons. The second skill you're going to want to take from the Ice Valley Colt, and then the third one you're going to want to take from that other Mellowmon that we just talked about as well. For your moves, pretty much just choose whatever the best ones you have. So for this one, we've got two orange ones. I've got this one right here, which is going to increase my determination and endurance. The endurance isn't really helping us out too much, because endurance is kind of better for someone who's going to be like a frontliner, but the determination is helping out. If you take a look at the other ones, I got accuracy and endurance. I don't need any more accuracy. My accuracy is really good. So because of that, this is kind of, you know, another useless one, because endurance. And then this other one that I got is just attack and HP. This is probably the worst one, and attack and HP they're okay, but the determination is way more important for our class. For our defensive one, it's mostly going to be just kind of HP. I got improved toughness. This is an epic one. I just pulled this a legendary one, which I need to start upgrading. And then the other ones are just healing effect, which is kind of useless. Tenacity, which is not really going to help us out too much, because we are in the back row. And another endurance one. So I would say HP is going to be the best bet for the defense. You could also, if you wanted to, go with evade as well. Evade is another one that's pretty decent for our archer class. And then offensive, we want to go ahead with something that we don't have a lot of. So it could be accuracy, it could be crit, it could be determination. For me, My determination is really lacking, so if I could, I would put a determination one on there, but I really don't have any good ones, unfortunately. I am 100% free to play. So these other ones I got is another accuracy one and then a crit one. So I've got this accuracy one on for now. I could switch this out to the crit, which I think I might do for a little bit because I do have a little bit too much accuracy for the time being. Now, if we head on over to our stats so we can kind of get a better breakdown of what we should be looking for. This is what I have, and this is not like the most ideal, so don't think like this is what it should be. But for our crit rate, you can see I got 20.9%, which is okay. But ideally, you want to get this to at least 30%, 35% being amazing. So I've got a little bit to work on with that. For determination, my determination is severely lacking, and that's probably what's holding my account back the most. The determination you want to have at least at 30% as well. Like crit percentage and determination are, I would say, your two most important stats for this class. So you can see mine's only at 4%. So this is really reducing the amount of damage that I can do, because if we click on determination, you can see that it actually affects two different classes. So there's a certain chance to trigger determination, making the damage ignore the target's defense or double the healing. So if you're a healing class, it's going to let you do double healing. But if you're like offensive, like we are with the Wayfarer, it's going to go ahead and we're going to ignore the target's defense, which means, hey, we're going to put out a lot of damage if that triggers. 4% is really bad. Like I said, you want this at least at 30%, 35%. So that means 3 out of 10 times it's going to go ahead and trigger, which is pretty good. Same thing with the crit percentage. Accuracy, you just want to have this at least at 100%. The way the accuracy works is as you get to higher stages, you're going to need more accuracy. So it's going to kind of reduce the accuracy because the enemies are going to be able to like evade your hits a lot more. So you're going to notice that at the beginning, you might not need a lot of accuracy, but once you get into those harder stages, it really starts to scale and accuracy becomes a lot more important. The actual accuracy against enemies of the current level is 107%. This is based off my number and then the extra bonus that I have. So I'm kind of 7% overkill. 100% accuracy means all of your attacks are always going to hit. So anything over 100% is kind of wasted, unfortunately. Now, I will say that it's not horrible if you do go over 100%, because as you advance through the levels, like I said, this is going to fluctuate. So right now I'm at 107%. So I'm kind of good for like the next several levels or the next several chapters that I go through, because this is going to eventually kind of go down slowly. So I won't have to worry about my accuracy for quite a while, but I still would like to have like at least like 4 or 5 of this percentage kind of added to my determination to kind of bump this up more. For block percentage, you really don't need block. You can see I got 7% block. I feel like this is really useless. Unfortunately, this is just rolls that I got on different things. I think it's from some of my gear that I have to re-roll. I think it's from some artifacts or something. So this block really doesn't help us out. It just kind of helps us block reduced damage taken, which we're archers, we're in the back line, we're trying to do the most damage, we're not trying to be frontliners. So this really, you know, doesn't matter. For our haste percentage, I got it at 20%, which is really good. Anything between like 15 to 20% for your haste is really amazing. If we take a look, what haste does, it is increases the cast, the recite, and the channel speed. So as you go ahead and your character does the skills, it speeds it up so that the channeling isn't so drawn out. So like a good example would be like, let's say your character has to channel in order to do an attack, and channeling to do that attack takes like 3 seconds. The haste percentage is going to reduce that. So instead of taking 3 seconds to basically launch this attack, it's only going to take 2.5 seconds or 2.2 seconds. The other ones we got are evade and endurance. Evade is, I would say, the one that we would take as opposed to like endurance. Endurance is more for like tanks and frontliners. Evade is helping us kind of avoid damage taken. So if you're like a ranged damage dealer, I would prioritize evade over endurance. We head on over to our gear and we take a look at some of our recasts, some of our substats. We've got things I've got like crit, accuracy, attack. Take a look at some of the other ones. I got block. See this block one, level 5 block. I kept this one because I got all level 5s on it. So I did a recast, got all level 5s. I was like, oh man, that's amazing. So I kept it. The evade and attack are good for us. You know, but the block is kind of not helping. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, go ahead, leave them down below in the comments. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.